All right, so you've gone ahead and you've gotten rid of recommendations in your start menu because you were tired of those showing up. You went to start on personalizations and you turned all this off, but doing that also got rid of your jump lists. So now you don't get recently accessed files there. Not just recent ones, but ones that you access very often. So what you can do is you can still pin specific files to the start menu, but it's a long process. I'll show you how to do that. Okay, so normally when you try to pin something to the start menu, like you can use like the recycle bin here. You just right click on it and then you would click pin to start and then it would pin to the start menu. That's how you can get like Excel, settings, Steam, TechWorks. That's how you can get all these things on there because these are just the applications, but not a specific file. So here we have the file. I want to pin study tracker. It's an Excel file. If we right click, there's no option for pin to start. If we bring up the classic menu by going to more options, there's no pin to start at all. What you can do though, and like I said, it's a process, but bear with me here, you create a shortcut and then you pin that shortcut. However, you've now created the shortcut. If you right click, there's still no pin to start menu. You have to kind of add it to the start menu first so that it thinks it's a program and then pin that to the start menu. So how you get there is you go to your My PC, open your C drive. You're going to need to have hidden files and folders visible. So go to options and make sure you have show hidden files and folders activated because you're going to need the program data folder. That's a hidden one. Once in there, go to Microsoft and then go to Windows. Then go to, let's see, Start menu, and then Programs. All right, now all this stuff is the stuff that's in your Start menu. So if you open Start, maybe yours doesn't look exactly like this. If I click on all this stuff in the Start menu is in this folder here. So we need to add our shortcut to this folder. I like to add it in a new folder in there. In order to add stuff here, you're gonna need permissions. So if it's your own personal computer, you probably already have that. If it's just for a work computer, you might be out of luck. So we'll click continue, and I'm just gonna call it pinned files. And then I'm gonna add my shortcut to that pinned files folder. I'm gonna move it there, continue. Now I had that in Dropbox, moving it out of there, Dropbox, there you go. Dropbox is gonna complain, but you won't get that message. So now it's in there. If we go to start menu, you'll see that it's, you'll see that it's there already. You might not have it there right away. I had it there and then I deleted it. That might be why it's showing up right away. If it doesn't show up right away for you, you can either search for it in the search bar or go to all, and then it kind of varies. I don't know why exactly, but it kind of varies. You'll see we don't have a pinned files folder in there. But if we go down to S for study tracker, there it is. Then you would right click on that and you would select pin to start. Mine says unpin, but that's because it's already pinned. Like I said, it's because I had it done before. So that's how you would get that on there. Now you can change the name. You can just change the name of your thing here. Let's get rid of that. You can get rid of the file extension because this is just a shortcut. You can name it. You can name it to whatever you want. It's just a shortcut to that folder, and then now you see it has this name. I'm going to show you another one here in a bit. Okay, so yeah, all right, so here is another example where sometimes things might get a little bit more involved. With the Excel file, it worked out okay in terms of it looks like an Excel file icon. This one is a Visual Studio. one. So we'll do the same process, show more options, create shortcut, and then we'll move that shortcut into the program's pinned files folder. So we'll just move it there, continue, Dropbox complains, okay. So now it's in there. See, it's not showing up. So we'll go to all, and we'll scroll down. We'll check P first for the pinned files. Okay, so now the pinned files folder is there. I don't know if it's because there's 2 in there now, 2 files, or if it's because, I don't know, it just doesn't want to do it. If there's Excel, I have no idea. But I think, can you also find it in A? No, you can't find it in A anymore. So you have to find it then in the pinned files folder, or like I said, you can search for it as well. Then you right click and pin to start. So it's a little bit weird in terms of where it's going to show up. I don't know what its deal is, but then it's right there. But you'll see, I'd rather it be the actual icon of the program rather than a little blank piece of paper. So here's how you can change that. So to change what that looks like, if you right click on the shortcut and go to properties, you'll see it says change icon. So all the icons that you can choose from are here, and they're not actual pictures. They're stored in these direct library link files, or sometimes they're stored in other stuff. If you click browse, you can see the file types that you can grab. So you have to actually know where the file that has the icon that you're looking for is. So that means you have to find another thing for it. So what the easiest way to do it is, because I don't think you can get it from here. No, you can't. So the easiest way to do it is to have a shortcut to the program that you're wanting to use. So in this case, it's Visual Studio, and I already have Visual Studio pinned to the start menu. If I didn't, then I could just find it in here. I could like search Visual Studio, right click it, pin it to the start menu, and then right click that, because remember this is the shortcut, and then you're gonna go to open file location, where of course that's just gonna open it into the start menu thing again. This gets you to the actual shortcut. You're gonna right click on that, go to properties, and you're gonna click change icon. This is all just to get the path for where that file that we need is. So now that we have this, we're just gonna highlight all that, Control C to copy it, click on change icon for our start menu shortcut, paste that in there, click OK, and there we go. And we can pick Visual Studio icons. Gonna pick that, OK, OK. It's gonna be upset because provide permission, provide that permission. You can see it changed on that. Click on start, and there you go. So that's how you have to do it. That won't always happen, but with some programs it does. As you can see, it clearly does it with Visual Studio, but not Excel. So hope that helps.